Ladies and gents, welcome to Better Late Than Never Gaming In and Out Review. Alrighty then, let's get straight into it. Gravity Rush. This game's not for everyone, alright? And I mean that story-wise, graphic-wise, gameplay-wise, things of that nature. I don't think this game is for everyone. And I mean, you could say that about any game. Not every game is for everyone, but some games appeal to a wide variety of people compared to other games. And this is one of those games that don't have a wide appeal or relate that much to people. So with that said, I enjoyed the game for what it was. Definitely a slow start, at least for me. And it's a slow start in the story, it's a slow start with the gameplay. It was just very slow. I didn't like it in the beginning, but it definitely grew on me. It really grew on me, and yeah, it was cool for that part. So let's get to the story. Let's talk about the story. The story, all right, I don't know what the hell's going on. Gonna be honest. Okay, going to be honest. This is one of those games that I don't think you're gonna know what's going on unless not you have to pay so much attention, but you have to look beyond the obvious. It's one of those games, right? It's not straightforward. It's not gonna hold your hand. And I got the gist of things, but it was points that I thought I knew what was going on, and then it would take a turn for something else, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And it's I don't know what to say. The main character, Kat, she's cool. And then you have these other characters, and oh my goodness, man, I don't know. I can't even explain the story to you, so no spoilers here, obviously, because I can't even explain the story to you. But it is what it is for what it was. The story, in my opinion, is simple but complex. I know that sounds confusing because I'm confusing myself, but that's how I could put it. It's simple but a little complex, right? Okay. Anyways, let's get to the aesthetic of the game. This game is not pretty. It's not pretty. This game could be seen as a PlayStation 3 game, maybe even a 2. I don't know. Obviously, the team behind this, what was it, Japan Studios, I believe, who created this game, and whatever other studio was involved with this game had no budget, or at least I don't know what was going on. I don't know what they were going for. It's not terrible. It just looks dated as hell. It's not detailed at all. The environments are not detailed. The enemies are definitely not detailed. It's simple as ever. And I don't think they purposely went for the simplicity. I just think they didn't have the budget. But that's my opinion. It doesn't kill the game, but it's definitely not the prettiest game, man. It's pretty bland in a lot of ways. So that could throw people off as well. So that's the aesthetic. As for, we can get back to the story. So there's no dialogue. I mean, there's dialogue, but there's no voice, no voiceovers, no voice acting, anything like that. The story is told by comic strips, right? They have this comic aesthetic, which is pretty cool. It's not bad at all, which again gives another indication. I don't know if they went for that on purpose, but they didn't have the budget. Because when you have a budget, you know, you can have voice acting and things of that nature. You don't need voice acting, but you know, I'm not the one to say, oh, this game doesn't have voice acting, it sucks. So it's fine. It was cool. Anyway, so let's get into what's good about this game, right? What saved this game, in my opinion. If it wasn't for this certain thing, this game would be sucky, in my opinion. It will suck. And that's the mechanic of gravity. Able to the character named Kat, she's able to control gravity. Right? She's able to float around, not really fly. She's not flying. She's kind of soaring, right? She doesn't look like she's Superman or Wonder Woman or any superhero like that, because even when she's floating or flying through the air, you know what? I'll take that back. Like I said, she's not flying. She's floating through the air. She's not like doing it in a way that Superman will do it. You know, Superman looks like he's in control when he's flying through the air. Wonder Woman looks like she's in control when she's flying through the air. Kat is like upside down. You know what I'm saying? She's sideways. And I think that was kind of cool. That was a cool art direction. That she doesn't look like she's totally in control. She's just floating through the air. And that is what saved the game, in my opinion. And what can kill the game, right? Because in the beginning, this is one of the problems with the game. You have to get used to this whole floating around mechanic. This mechanic only gets cool when you get used to it, and I think it doesn't take a long time to get used to it, but it takes some practice, because I was garbage for a while and it was kind of frustrating, right? They give you tutorials, they give you directions on how to do it, but to get from point A to point B, it was a little uncomfortable. It was a little weird, and it took some time to get used to. On that note, yeah, that's the biggest thing in the game. Once you get used to it, it's fun. It's fun fighting enemies. It's fun floating from city to city, spot to spot, area to area. It's nice. It's cool. Throughout the game, Cat can acquire different powers, which you can use against enemies, which is cool. You can level up. There's gems in the game that you collect, and these gems are abundant. They are freaking everywhere. I mean, you run into them everywhere. It's not hard to level up in this game at all. They kind of just give it to you. You know, other games, if you want to level up and get strong, you have to kind of search, look in certain areas, do side missions and things of that nature to power up. This game it really wants you to power up really quickly. So yeah, that's that part. Speaking of side missions, there's hella side missions in this game, so you could definitely upon completing the game, you could go back and play the side missions. During the game, there's options to go back and do side missions and things of that nature, which in my opinion, I'm not a side mission dude. I only do side missions first and foremost if they're beneficial. Like, man, if you do this side mission, you get this type of weapon or this type of armor, or you get to level up like this, or you just get something that's super cool. And after that, the side mission has to be fun, right? The side missions in this game, I think I did one and it just threw me off, or two, and it was kind of boring. Like, it was boring. It wasn't and you really don't need it. I think the side missions are just there just for extra gameplay, right? The game is not long at all. I think it's like 10 hours or something like that. You probably could beat it in under 10 hours. It's not a long game, and it just gives you that replayability if you want to be a completionist, or just go back and do other things other than other than the main story. You could do these side missions. Again, the side missions in my opinion were boring as hell. It didn't do anything for me, right? It wasn't fun, and it didn't make me level up or give me any specific cool material to use in the game. So I skipped it, yada yada yada. Anyways, this game, what can I say, man? Wrapping it up, this game, I just took a long pause because I'm trying to think how to wrap up this game. You know, I'm gonna wrap it up like I introduced this game. This game is not for everyone. It's not, dude. It's totally not, right? But I do recommend you give it a try. And I'm so proud of the people who made this game, because I felt like they took a risk. And I love when studios can do that. I love when game creators could do that and take a risk, and I think that's what they did with this game. I think they knew going in that this game is not for everyone, and it's only going to appeal to a certain audience, and it's really bland and yada yada. But the thing that held it up was that whole gravity mechanic, and I think that was awesome, and it was new, it was inventive. I never played a game like that. You know, when you play a game and you have superpowers, you get to fly around, and you know, everything has been used these days, right? In this game, with the whole gravity mechanic, was just kind of cool. It was refreshing, and I think that's what kept me playing the game. Like, oh, I never played a game that could control gravity and the way she gets around and things of that nature. So yeah, all in all, the game's cool. Again, not for everybody. I said that like 20 times, but yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there anyways. So rating the game from a yoga lame, yoga yup, yoga fire, yoga flame, I'm gonna give this game a yoga yup. Right? It's not a yoga lame, it's not a yoga fire, not a yoga flame. I'm gonna give it a yoga yup. It's all right for what it is, man. And again, if it wasn't for the gravity mechanic, I probably would have just stopped playing the game, right? But anyways, it was fun. Give it a try. Holla at your boy. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one. Peace.